Most men believe attraction begins with words, but the truth is, the deepest feelings in a mature woman's heart are often awakened long before a single word is spoken. Somewhere along the way, people were taught that love is built through clever lines, expensive gestures, or dramatic displays of confidence. But when a woman has lived long enough to understand people, when she has experienced disappointment, hope, heartbreak, and healing, she begins to read something far deeper than words: energy, presence, intention. A mature woman is not looking for noise. She is looking for emotional safety, for sincerity, for the quiet signals that reveal who a person truly is beneath the surface. And strangely enough, one of the most powerful languages that communicates these truths is something almost everyone overlooks: touch. Not aggressive touch, not forced closeness, not manipulation disguised as affection. The kind of touch that speaks quietly, respectfully, and authentically. The kind of touch that says, "I see you, I value you, I am present with you." Because when touch is guided by empathy and emotional intelligence, it becomes more than physical contact. It becomes emotional communication. One of the first and most meaningful touches is the gentle greeting touch, the moment when two people meet and hands connect for the first time. Most people rush through this moment: a quick handshake, a distracted hug, a passing gesture. But a man who understands emotional presence treats this moment differently. He pauses. He looks into her eyes. His handshake is warm but calm, confident but respectful. Not tight with dominance, not weak with uncertainty. Simply grounded. In that tiny moment, something subtle happens inside her mind. Her nervous system begins to relax. Because a mature woman senses when someone is comfortable in themselves, when someone is not trying to impress, but simply showing up as they are. The next touch is even more powerful because it communicates something rare in modern dating: attention. Imagine you are walking beside her. The conversation flows easily. She shares something meaningful, maybe a story about her past, a memory from childhood, or something that shaped her life. In that moment, you lightly touch her arm, not to interrupt, not to claim attention, but to acknowledge that what she said matters. It is a soft touch on the forearm that lasts only a second, but the message behind it is powerful: I'm listening. This is where many people misunderstand attraction. They think love grows through excitement alone, but for a mature woman, love often grows through recognition. She has spent years in conversations where people waited only for their turn to speak. Years around people who heard her words but never truly felt them. So when someone responds with genuine emotional presence, even through something as small as a brief touch, it registers differently. Her mind doesn't label it instantly as attraction. Instead, it begins with something deeper: trust. And trust is the quiet doorway through which real love eventually walks. What most people fail to realize is that attraction is rarely created through grand gestures. It is created through moments that feel real, moments where someone feels seen, respected, and emotionally safe. And sometimes the smallest touch can say more than an entire conversation ever could. Because when a mature woman senses sincerity, patience, and emotional awareness in someone's presence, her heart begins asking a question it rarely asks anymore: is this someone I can truly relax with? And when that question appears, something beautiful begins to grow. Slowly, quietly, but powerfully. There is a moment in every meaningful connection when emotional walls begin to soften. It does not happen through pressure. It does not happen through clever persuasion. It happens when two people begin to feel comfortable, simply existing in the same space. And this is where another powerful form of touch appears, one that many people underestimate: the supportive touch. Picture a moment when she shares something personal. Maybe she speaks about a challenge she overcame, a difficult time in her life, or a dream she once doubted she could achieve. When someone opens up like this, they are doing something deeply vulnerable. They are revealing a piece of their inner world. Most people respond with words alone: advice, opinions, solutions. But a man who understands emotional intelligence does something different. He listens fully, and when the moment feels right, he places a gentle hand on her shoulder for just a moment. Not long, not intense. Just long enough to communicate something that words sometimes fail to express. I hear you. This kind of touch creates emotional resonance. It tells her that her experiences are not being judged or analyzed, they are being respected. For a mature woman, this matters more than many people realize, because life has likely taught her that vulnerability is not always met with kindness. Sometimes it has been met with misunderstanding or indifference. So when she encounters someone who responds with calm empathy rather than performance, her mind begins to notice something rare: emotional steadiness. Another powerful moment appears during shared laughter. Laughter is one of the most revealing emotional experiences between two people. It lowers defenses and invites authenticity. And in that moment, a light, natural touch, perhaps a brief tap on the hand or arm while laughing together, creates a sense of warmth that words alone cannot replicate. This kind of touch feels spontaneous, unforced, human, and that authenticity is incredibly powerful because mature women are highly attuned to emotional sincerity. They can sense when someone is performing attraction rather than experiencing it. But natural touch during joyful moments communicates something beautiful. I enjoy being here with you. It turns the interaction from a simple conversation into a shared emotional experience. And this is the secret many people overlook. Attraction is not built through isolated actions. It grows through shared emotional states, moments where two people feel the same energy at the same time. Another meaningful touch appears when walking together. If you have ever watched two people who feel comfortable with each other, you will notice something subtle. Their movements begin to synchronize, their pace matches, their gestures mirror each other, their conversations flow naturally, and sometimes while walking together, a gentle guiding touch on the upper back appears, especially when moving through a crowd or entering a doorway. Not controlling, not possessive, simply protective and considerate. It communicates awareness. I'm looking out for you. For a mature woman, gestures like this can create an emotional shift, because they signal something deeper than attraction. They signal reliability. And reliability is incredibly attractive to someone who understands the difference between temporary excitement and meaningful connection. What she begins to feel is not pressure, not intensity, but calm curiosity. She begins to wonder what it might feel like to spend more time around this presence, to experience more of this quiet understanding. And when attraction grows from this place of respect and emotional safety, it tends to grow stronger, deeper, and far more lasting. Because love built on emotional awareness does not fade quickly. It roots itself in something much stronger than surface chemistry. It roots itself in trust. There is a quiet shift that happens when two people begin to feel emotionally comfortable with each other. The air between them changes. Conversations become less guarded. Silences become easier. Eye contact lasts just a little longer. And it is within these moments that another powerful form of connection appears: the reassuring touch. This touch doesn't demand attention. It doesn't try to create a dramatic moment. Instead, it communicates calm presence. Imagine sitting beside her during a quiet conversation. Perhaps you're discussing life, future dreams, or the experiences that shaped who you both became. At some point, your hands may rest near each other, and when your hand gently meets hers for a brief moment, without urgency, without pressure, it creates something that words often cannot: reassurance. The message is simple: I'm here with you. For many mature women, this feeling is incredibly meaningful, because over time, they have learned that excitement alone does not sustain a relationship. Consistency does. Presence does. Emotional reliability does. A calm, respectful touch during a peaceful moment tells her something subtle but powerful about the person beside her. It tells her that you are not chasing a moment, you are experiencing it. Another meaningful touch appears during moments of encouragement. Perhaps she is talking about a goal she hopes to pursue. Maybe she is considering a new chapter in her life, a change in career, or a personal challenge she wants to overcome. Dreams often come with uncertainty, and when someone expresses belief in those dreams, not with loud promises, but with genuine encouragement, it creates emotional closeness. A gentle squeeze of the hand, a brief supportive touch on the arm, or even a warm pat on the shoulder can communicate confidence in her journey. It says something deeply affirming: I believe in you. This kind of support can be incredibly attractive because it shows emotional generosity. Instead of competing with her ambitions, you are supporting them. And that dynamic creates a powerful psychological shift, because a mature woman does not want someone who simply enjoys her presence. She values someone who respects her growth. Another touch that carries quiet meaning is the farewell touch. The moment when two people part ways after spending time together. Many interactions end with quick goodbyes, rushed gestures, disconnected departures. But when someone pauses, looks into her eyes, and gives a warm, respectful hug, or holds her hand for just a second longer before letting go, it creates anticipation, not because the moment is dramatic, but because it feels sincere. The hug is not about holding on, it's about appreciation, and appreciation is deeply felt by someone who has learned to recognize authenticity. In that moment, something interesting happens psychologically. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or pressured, she leaves feeling valued. She replays the interaction in her mind, the conversations, the laughter, the emotional comfort, and suddenly the connection begins growing even when you are no longer in the same room. This is the quiet power of emotionally intelligent touch. It does not push feelings forward. It allows feelings to grow naturally. And when attraction grows without pressure, it often becomes something much deeper than simple fascination. It becomes emotional curiosity. She begins to wonder who you truly are beneath the calm confidence, beneath the kindness, beneath the presence she felt while sitting beside you. And curiosity is one of the most powerful forces in human connection. Because when someone wants to understand you more, they begin opening their heart without even realizing it. At the deepest level, meaningful attraction is never really about touch alone. Touch is simply the messenger. What truly matters is the emotional intention behind it. A mature woman can feel the difference between touch that seeks attention and touch that expresses presence. And when touch is guided by empathy, patience, and respect, it creates something incredibly rare in modern relationships. Emotional safety. The final and perhaps most powerful touch is one that cannot be measured by technique or timing. It is the touch of genuine affection. This is the moment when connection has already begun to grow. Conversations have deepened, trust has slowly formed, and during a quiet moment, perhaps while sitting close together or sharing a peaceful walk, you gently place your arm around her shoulders. Not to impress, not to escalate anything, simply to share warmth. If the connection is real, this gesture does not feel sudden or uncomfortable. It feels natural, because emotional closeness has already prepared the ground for it. And when she leans slightly closer rather than pulling away, something meaningful is happening psychologically. Her mind is recognizing emotional comfort, not excitement fueled by uncertainty, but connection built through presence. This is the difference between attraction that fades quickly and attraction that deepens over time. Fast attraction is often fueled by intensity, but lasting love is fueled by emotional understanding. It grows when two people feel that they can be their real selves around each other. No performance, no pressure, just two human beings sharing space, energy, and sincerity. That is why the most powerful touches are not the ones designed to impress. They are the ones that feel natural because they reflect genuine care, a warm greeting, a supportive hand on the shoulder, a light touch during shared laughter, a reassuring moment of connection during conversation, a respectful farewell hug, and finally, a quiet expression of affection that feels earned rather than rushed. These moments create something deeper than attraction. They create emotional memory, and emotional memory is what the heart returns to again and again. Because when someone consistently makes us feel respected, valued, and emotionally understood, our mind begins to associate that person with peace. And peace is one of the most attractive experiences a mature heart can find. So here is a question worth reflecting on. When someone thinks about you after spending time together, do they remember excitement alone? Or do they remember feeling calm, understood, and genuinely appreciated? Because one creates temporary attraction, but the other creates something far more powerful: the desire to see you again. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you believe is the most powerful way someone can make another person feel emotionally safe in a relationship? Share your answer in the comments below. And if you found value in this conversation, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more insights into human psychology and relationships, and share this video with someone who might need to hear this message today. Sometimes a single idea can change the way we connect with others, and even the way we understand love itself.